Hello once again, everyone. Visiting with Logan Welker. Logan, it's good to be talking with you. Give us a little bit of background, where you're from and what kind of ag background do you have?
Background, I'm from Van Wert, Ohio, actually, and my ag background, I grew up on a family farm in Van Wert. Used to work for the USDA for a little bit, NRCS. Got my education at Iowa State, and now I'm working with Trupointe and their Trupointe Precision Solutions is what our department is called. I am the operations manager for the Northern Territory of Trupointe.
My gosh, that's a pretty jam-packed resume that you have here for your age. You're a young guy. How long have you been with Trupointe?
I've been with Trupointe now for a year and a half, and liking every minute of it.
Tell us a little bit about, as I understand, when the rubber meets the road, you're out there helping with soil sampling in your territory. Soil sampling in the northern part of Indiana can be, the soils are varied, aren't they? There's a lot of different kinds of soil, so your job is pretty important.
Yeah, soil sampling is the main aspect of what I do. I also build the fertilizer recommendations, but when you're dealing with variable soil types, it's really important to consider exactly what nutrients are going to need to be applied, how that soil is going to react to the nutrients being applied, and basically making the best productive ground you can for that farmer.
And of course, it depends too on the crops that are going to be planted.
Correct. Crops. We deal with corn, soybeans. We deal with silage, hay, and we deal with a variety of different crops. It's kind of dependent on the farmer.
And of course, when you get all that information these days with GPS and the advancements technologically with GPS, it's quite a different ballgame than it was, say, before you even got involved, say 20 years ago.
Yeah, the GPS it's critical today. All these planters are going with variable rate planting. We're going with variable rate nitrogen. We can build those recs, whether it be anhydrous, 28, seed, corn, soybeans. We can build those recs so we can actually manage our field in smaller sections. Our management zones are built off of spatial yield trends. Basically, we take 3 or 4 years of yield. If we have 5, we'll even include that. And we make those management zones based off of actual real-time data is what we like to call it. The old soil maps, they don't really state whether how soon these soil types change. Also, with the drainage, what kind of drainage does it has? Was there improved drainage? Are the tile every 20 feet or are they every 40 feet? So this yield data that we're using to build these management zones is really showing you what's going on out there in the field.
Okay, for our viewers that may not be that involved directly with agriculture, correct me if I'm wrong, but if I can sort of simplify that, you're trying to get the soils as productive as possible, taking into account the possibility of leaching, growing crops that take nutrients out of the soil. You want to put back in the soil as much to make that as productive. And there might be some areas of the field that you don't want to put too much back in because that soil is going to be just so productive.
That is correct. Yeah, you are correct. Basically, what we want to do is manage these fields how they respond. So when we look at yield data, we definitely want to show if we were planning on putting 180 bushels out there, growing 180 bushels out there. Last year was a great year. 190. If we pulled out 190, well, we're going to have to start crediting that soil back to build those zones back up, build that soil back up with fertility. That way we can get our productiveness out of it.
So as our viewers can look and see and listen to what we've been talking about, there's a lot of technology, and Trupointe Cooperative has been able to take that technology and create a lot of services for that individual farmer.
That is correct. We offer a multitude of different services. We help them with their monitors, their yield mapping. We work with various different monitors. Really, everything's pretty much up in the air as far as what we can do.
Now, if folks would like to get a little bit more information, I know that there are some maybe some techies out there and people that are not involved in agriculture, but it's interesting to them, and the farmers that are directly the recipients of your services. For more information, what's the best way for them to go about getting that?
For more information, you can go to the Trupointe website, trupointe.com, and you can find contact information on there, or you can get a hold of stop at one of the facilities, say Maples. We have multiple facilities, which also can be found on the website.
Logan Welker has been our guest. Logan with Trupointe Cooperative. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
And stay with us. We'll return right after this.